Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and hopefully you're already a subscriber. We have many now. I think we're getting close to 44,000. I never expected that number of followers when I started this, because what we teach at the Marriage Foundation is so different from mainstream. And that's because I was a divorce mediator before I became a marriage helper. And I have a spiritual background. So I didn't fall into the traps of coming up with labels and explanations and philosophy. The whole idea here at the Marriage Foundation is to save your marriage and turn it into what it's intended to be, an amazing marriage. Now, I don't care whether you believe in God or you don't. This topic is a great topic. It's your partner wants a trial separation. What does this really mean? Well, it really means they're misinformed. They don't understand what is going to happen. And so our thing at the Marriage Foundation is to make your marriage into what it was always intended to be, a harmonious, sacred space where you and your spouse are feeling love, more love today than you did yesterday, more tomorrow than you are today, to feel happiness. We got married because we fell in love with somebody and we knew intuitively that this is the person we would be happy with. What happened? What happened that they're now introducing the idea of a trial separation? Trial separation, not trial improve our marriage. So it sounds like they want to see how it is to live without you. And that's not going to get you anywhere positive. It's going to go downhill from there. It's a sort of a secret that the world of marriage counseling is a world of not telling the truth. Not that marriage counselors don't tell the truth. Marriage counselors are good people. They really are. They didn't get into becoming marriage counselors because they hate you and they want to destroy your marriage. But they're fed the same nonsense that everyone else is fed. Even this idea of a trial separation, it's crazy. It's crazy. Why would a marriage counselor ever come up with an idea like that when it's going in the opposite direction of why you came to see them? So we have books, which at this point, don't bother. You need a course for men or a course for women. So you can, and our approach is two-pronged. It's two-pronged. And by the way, even before you get the course or contemplate it by going to our website, watch more of these videos. Subscribe and watch. There's hundreds. Read the articles. See what we have. And you'll see how much common sense we employ in our efforts to bring your marriage to where it's supposed to. I don't even like using the term save your marriage. I want to do much more than that. I want your marriage to be filled with joy. And those people who take our courses, that's what happens. So here's what it means. It means that someone's given up. It means that, well, we don't know what else to do. Well, that's how I began my career, helping people with their marriages. I was a divorce mediator, and a couple said, we don't know what else to do, but we don't want our marriage to end. Can you help us save it? And I thought, okay, let me take a look at this. Really unprofessional. And it's over 22 years ago now, but I thought, this is interesting. I'm an expert in communication. Most marriages that are in trouble have communication problems. Maybe I can help them. And I started with, well, why do we get married in the first place? We get married to be happy. That's it. We fall in love and we want to be happy. Okay. What have you been doing to make your marriage happy? It's not a ride at Disneyland. Well, I got to tell you, even arriving at this conclusion that people get married in order to be happy didn't just come to me. It took weeks. I was asking everybody, why did you want to get married? Because everyone knows in our world that it's over a 50% divorce rate, and we all know how many marriages are unhappy. So I didn't want to know right in the beginning. I'll figure that out. But first, why did you get married? It took weeks for me to finally realize we get married to get happy. I was asking people in line at Starbucks, why did you get married? Well, I fell in love. No. Why get married at all? We get married to be, how do you argue with that? And there's a second part. We get married because we want to experience love. We know you don't experience love in the world. It's a competitive world. Everyone's out to take something from you, not give something to you. And we know that when we're with our soulmate, yes, it's your soulmate. We are souls. We have a body, we have a mind, but we're souls essentially. The nature of the soul is love itself. Wisdom, joy, consciousness. That's what we are. But we know intuitively that when we're with our soulmate, we could live our lives in that higher plane. No one tells us this. No. In fact, you go to a marriage counselor, well, what was your childhood like? Who cares? From now on, I want my marriage to start moving in the right direction. Yeah. Well, what did you do when you got married to move your marriage in the direction of creating love, creating happiness? You didn't do anything. No one does, because we don't know. You read all the books are about, well, you got this problem here, you do that, you do that. Those books are nonsense. They don't help you. They don't help you. And then some are really fanciful, like, the languages of love. They're cute, they're fanciful, they're romantic, but it doesn't get to the heart of things. You need to do two things in order for your marriage to work. First, before we get to the two things, forget about a trial separation. Speak to your spouse, say, look, you got to hear this guy, Paul Friedman. He's different. I get that all the time. He's different. But it makes sense. Let's see what he has to say. Well, there's two things that I say. Number one, you got to make the pole star for your marriage learning to love unconditionally. That's what you have to do. Not act like you love unconditionally, but learn how to love unconditionally. It's deep stuff, isn't it? Well, marriage is deep stuff. It's a spiritual path that the two of you are on together. Secondly, you would never get into an airplane without learning how to fly it and turn it on and take off. If you could, you'd die. Well, that's what you did with your marriage. You don't know anything about marriage. Go to our website. We have do's and don'ts you could get for free. You have to learn about marriage. Where are the guardrails? How do we communicate in our marriage? What is our number one effort going to be like? What do we do? How do we do this? Yeah, I want to be happy in my marriage. How? You need to learn how to drive your marriage. You do. With these two things. And then you need to learn how to master your mind. No one will tell you about that. I will. It's essential. It's essential. In fact, in the courses, we have a course for men and a course for women because men and women are so different. The very first thing that I begin with in the classes for both the men and the women is how to master your mind. We've got special techniques, we've got methodologies. You won't fail. Everything is methodical. One of the things that I realized when I started helping my very first couple was that if this is not methodical, if this is not precise, if it's not scientific, it's not real, it isn't going to work. You go to marriage counseling, and again, bless the marriage. We're starting to train marriage counselors who have been mistrained. They're so grateful to have this because we're going to change the world with this. But you go in now to a marriage counselor who's not a TMF certified marriage counselor. Well, I got to get to know you. I don't need to get to know you if I'm helping you. You need to learn what I have to teach you. I don't need to learn about you. I don't have to psychoanalyze you. I don't have to label you. I don't have to talk about your mistakes, your past errors. Of course, there's a billion of them. I don't have to talk about your flaws. We're all flawed. But that doesn't prevent us from having the most amazing marriage. And I don't care how deeply those flaws run. All of us are flawed. But God is very gracious and loving. And He's given us this marriage thing as an opportunity to feel His love. That's how I like to put it, because I think that's the way it is. You feel each other's love to some degree, but that's not really how it works. I can't manufacture love. When I love, it's coming from God. And I can't feel your love because my mind's filters are going to be suspicious, untrusting. It's how we're designed. We have this drive to survive. So you got to learn all of these things, and then you can have it. Yes, you can. Don't do a trial separation if you can help it, because it's not going to take you in the right direction. Now, if you have no choice, then you still have to learn all these things about marriage, so you could turn that trial separation into, no, we're doing it wrong. Let's get together. Let's treat each other with love, respect, honoring each other, consideration, caring, support. Let's bring these things back into our marriage and have it be amazing. You can do this. I promise you, you can. We have been around for over 20 years. Thousands and thousands of people are successful. Read our reviews, go through our website, see what we have to offer. We want you to have it all, and you can. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We are all here to serve you. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you think it was helpful. Leave a comment if you think it was helpful. And God bless you. Take care. Thank you.